Hey, boys and girls, Mrs. Baldwin here with a fabulous book. This is called Eddie the Bully, and it's by our friend Henry Cole. And he came to our school and spoke to us, and he was fabulous. And he does the illustrations and the words, and he's done about either the pictures or the words for over 150 books. And he was raised on a farm, so he does a really good chicken. Eddie the Bully. There's lots of pictures here in the front of things this bully is doing. And he dedicated this book to all of his great teachers at Emmerich Elementary School. And I want to point out that this is the book's birthday. The little C stands for copyright. This book was written in 2016. You look in the front of any book, you can see when it was born or when it was made into a book. Same thing, it's a birthday. Eddie the Bully. Oh, he looks mean. He really does. Henry Cole. Here we go. Eddie was a bully. A great big bully. Those kids, they're all afraid of him. He was mean any way he could be, any time he could be. "You're such a loser," he clucked at Rose when she came in last place. "That was an easy one, ha!" he said with a laugh when Tony had trouble with a math problem. "You were born in a roach motel," he sneered at Russell. Ugh. He hid Anthony's homework. He splattered paint on Melissa's art project. He tripped Emma as she was getting on the bus and off the bus. By the way, tripping is dangerous. You can hurt someone, and it's not allowed. Not just being a bully. That's bad. "Fat," he jeered. "Skinny," he jeered. "Average," he jeered. Nobody was safe. He was a good reader, but no one wanted to sit anywhere near him during library time. And nobody tagged him during person, monkey. Instead of duck, duck, goose, they played person, monkey. "He's mean," Angela said to Marco. "Really mean," Carmen said to Sam. "Really, really mean," they all agreed. He was mean any time he could be, any way he could be. But look at his face right there. They didn't include him because he's really mean. "I've had enough," Miss Henshaw said, ruffled. "Time out, Eddie." "I've had enough," Mr. Fowler said. "Time out, Eddie." "I have had enough," Ms. Cluckner said, exasperated. "Time out, Eddie." But during time out, Eddie thought of other mean things to do. I don't think that timeout did him any good. One morning, Miss Henshaw made an announcement. "Class, we have a new student starting today," she said. "I want all of you to make her feel welcome." She glanced at Eddie. "All of you." The classroom door opened. "Class, this is Carla," Miss Henshaw said. She pointed to an empty desk. "Carla, you may sit right there." All eyes were on Carla as she made her way to the seat right next to Eddie's. I don't know if this is going to be good. "Uh-oh, here it comes," Amy whispered. "Carla's going to get a real zinger," Tony whispered. "Eddie's going to let her have it," Ben whispered. Everyone held their breaths. Carla squeezed herself into her desk. Eddie's eyes narrowed. Try narrowing your eyes. "Oh, you look really mean. Stop." He grinned an evil grin. He opened his mouth to speak. I'm worried for Carla. "I love your sweater," Carla gasped, feasting her eyes on Eddie. Huh? Eddie stuttered. I can tell that you have great fashion sense, Carla continued brightly. Us fashionistas should stick together. Eddie blinked, glancing down at his sweater. It was his favorite. Hey, let's do lunch, exclaimed Carla. I noticed on today's menu that we're having mac and cheese. I love mac and cheese. I love mac and cheese too, Eddie said, feeling a little excited. Then whoever gets to the cafeteria first saves the other a seat, Carla squeals. Okay? Okay, said Eddie. I bet everybody wants to be your friend, said Carla. Eddie gulped. His face felt hot. You probably get picked first for teams all the time. Eddie glanced around the room. The whole class was looking at him. Eddie felt miserable. Suddenly, he wished he hadn't been so mean all the time. He wished he hadn't made fun of Tony in math class. He wished he hadn't spilled paint all over Melissa's picture. He wished he hadn't called everyone names. He wished he could start over. Have you ever wanted to start over? I think I have. I know I have. I wanted to start over. It's really tough being the new kid, said Carla. Will you help me make friends? Eddie brightened up. I'd love to, he said. Carla beamed at him. I knew you'd be a good friend, she gushed. Look how different his face looks. Eddie felt something inside, something good. It felt good to be nice. He smiled, a great big smile. And from then on, he was a good friend. Any way he could be, any time he could be. So maybe bullies are afraid that someone is going to be mean to them, and maybe that's why they're mean first. Maybe if we were nice to the bullies and included them, it might help. I think they don't feel safe. Either that, or maybe somebody bullied them, and maybe they don't know how to be nice. Maybe we could show them. Something to think about. There is a little message on the back page from Henry Cole, and it says, Dear friends, it's been a long time, but I remember my elementary school as a happy place. We had great teachers, and all my classmates got along well, except for one. Eddie. Mean? Yes. Fought with the teacher? Yes. Used bad language? Yes. Was I scared of him? Oh, yes. Then one day our teacher made us work in small groups. We were creating reports on the United States, and my group was assigned West Virginia. And guess who was made a group leader? Me. And guess who was put on my group? Eddie. Eddie scowled at me because I was in charge. I was supposed to tell him what to do. I was nervous, but I asked him to make a picture graph showing the different kinds of things for which West Virginia is famous. To my surprise, Eddie began to draw a long line of freight train cars loaded with coal. His coal cars were perfect. Each one was dark and detailed, looking like they were inching down a West Virginia mountainside. Eddie was talented. I said, Wow, you're really good, Eddie. And he smiled. It was the first time I'd ever seen Eddie smile. During our group project, Eddie wasn't such a bad guy. The report on West Virginia was an astounding success, with much credit going to Eddie's beautiful picture graph. Over the years, I've lost touch with Eddie, but I like to think he's perched up on a mountain with paints and an easel, and the sun is coming up. Henry. So Henry Cole wrote this about someone who was really a bully to him. And when he was nice to the bully and complimented him on something he was good at, it made it easier, and the bully was nicer. And look, Henry Cole did himself as a chicken with glasses on. I love Henry Cole, and I've got lots more books to share with you. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And it's Start with Hello week. I think it's Start with Hello every day. So start with hello, and don't be a bully. Be nice to a bully. You never know what will happen. Until next time.